Hello, I'm Alexis Bennett. Welcome to this very short introduction to the vielle, which is a medieval fiddle. Oops, there we are. It dates from, well, who knows? Don't get me involved in that argument, please. It has 5 strings, as you can see. The lowest one is usually a kind of drone string. You can't get much. It's very difficult to get a clear tone out of that one, so the lowest string tends to be used as a drone quite a lot of the time. And in fact, on this model, which is by Owen Morse Brown, you can see that there's the option to have the string go down the side of the peg box here, so that you don't need to stop it at all. The tuning of the vielle is the tuning of this instrument really is down to the player ultimately, because there's no evidence that any one tuning was adhered to by players in the medieval period. The most common way of tuning it is in open fourths and fifths. I tend to do D, G, D, G, D, so it gives a nice open fifth at the top, and then sort of crunchiness here. Which will come in useful in this saltarello I'm going to play in a minute. There is one source from 1280 in Paris that gives some tunings, and one of them is quite interesting. It has unison strings on a D. So you can really decide how you want to tune it. Probably the best thing to do is to have at least some Ds in there, because they're going to be useful. It's really up to you what you do. Try and get the right strings though. The string makers will be able to advise you on what string gauges to get. And these instruments come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. They have this very light, short bow. When I actually started playing this instrument, I got RSI in my right arm, because I was kind of trying to use too much force because it's so light, and so it takes some getting used to. There was evidence that the vielle was used in high and low circles of society, so noblemen will have been familiar with this instrument. It would have been seen at court, but it will also have been seen on the streets, and you do have troubadours using it, and indeed it does pop up in a lot of imagery, a lot of iconography, both religious and secular. In terms of how you hold it, that's also up for grabs. I tend to hold it in a modern way under my chin here. Sometimes I let it go down like this. But you do see iconography of people playing it in all kinds of ways. You even see things like this, and you see people playing them on the leg. You see people playing them right down here. So it really, it's up to you how you play it. You can find evidence for all kinds of ways of playing this instrument. I'm going to play for you today a saltarello, which anonymous, of course, from 14th century Italy.